Bonsoir à tous. It's Friday, May the 22nd, and this is our last session of the nanofiction for now. We don't know what the future will bring, so I'm not saying the last ever one, but for our session of regular reading, this is our last. It's really awkward to be doing that because I enjoyed our time together so much, and as many of you told me, it was like a daily thing to look forward to every day, and I agree. So we should cherish this time and think about how we can do this again in the future because it's lovely. There are several things that I wanted to remind you before we start with the tales. Is the first thing is, as I told in the chat, on Wednesday. I was thinking that maybe in order to kind of reproduce that, I could try. I'm saying try because I think it's doable, but I know what real life is. To post my weekly lessons at a regular time every Tuesday. So we could try to do 7:15 p.m. because I think I can be available in the chat at this moment because my son goes to bed at 7. And this way we could just catch up every week and ask for news, how's everything going, and enjoy this time together weekly. So I'm going to try to do that on Tuesdays, so keep an eye on that. It's going to be a very entertaining lesson, and we are going to have the health minister on board. So yeah, that's a big teaser. But I'm doing something on spoken French, and I wanted to show you how spoken French is used and how you can understand it much better with examples. So I will let you know on Tuesday. It's still a draft, and I filmed a first draft this morning, like 30 minutes ago. Also, in my notes, make sure that you are registered to my newsletter so that you don't miss anything. This is not what I was looking for. Comme une Française. Do we have that? No, it's not what I'm looking for. Welcome. Okay, let's do that. This is the way to join my free newsletter. I know that already lots of you are, because I know that lots of you are paying customers. So I know that you have. But if you're completely new to Comme une Française, I have a free everyday French crash course that's really popular. And after that, you receive my weekly lessons every Tuesday, and also lots of information about free things I offer that I don't mention on YouTube. So do not miss out on that. And for YouTube, if you want to make sure you don't miss any video, you can subscribe, become a subscriber, and make sure you activate the notifications. And I have so many things to tell you today. So that's it. And also, the salon is something that will be of interest to you if you like this format of me teaching you culture and customs and vocabulary. Also, for the future lessons, I'm going to remove them from public view because it just drones my channel, but you will be able to find them here in playlist and then short stories in French nanofictions by Patrick Baud. Okay, so you can re-watch them all if you want. They will be in a playlist, but they won't be seen here in the video tab. And at last, a recap, just an update on Richard's beautiful map. We see that several people have appeared, and please add yourself if you haven't. I think by now everybody has, and it's lovely to see everybody there. And if you want to catch up with people in your area, please do this in the chat, because maybe you are neighbors. Let's start now after 4 minutes of me just talking. Let's start with the first tale. I took two death related ones and not scary, no ghosts today. Ready? Okay, so remember, breathe in, breathe out. We are going to read the tale together. Try to find the liaison on the way, so that you familiarize your brain with thinking, okay, how should I say that? Okay, and this is something that you can learn from all these sessions. The liaisons are interesting, they're important. Not all of them are mandatory, some of them are optional. And also remember that some letters are not said, and you have all the time you need to read that with me, okay? So 1, 2, and 3. Elle entra dans l'agence de voyage temporel et demanda un billet pour le XVIe siècle. Plus personne n'entendit jamais parler d'elle. Mais un jour, dans un musée viennois, un visiteur crut voir un nouveau personnage dans un tableau de Bruegel. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. Oh, that's cute. This is something that I would love to do. Just appear in a painting, an old-fashioned painting, and you're like, oh, that's Géraldine in this 16th century painting. That's funny. So, what did you understand? Did you understand what this is about? Did you find any liaison? Let's look at the first sentence together. And we're going to reread it. 1, 2, and 3. Elle entra dans l'agence de voyage temporel et demanda un billet pour le XVIe siècle. Do you see any liaison? I don't see any here. Okay. Elle entra dans l'agence de voyage temporel. Elle entra, she came in, she entered. Dans l'agence de voyage. Une agence de voyage is a travel agency. Une agence de voyage, a travel agency. And le voyage is travel, and voyager, it is to travel. And if you remember here, we have un Y, and le Y is pronounced like I plus I. So, voyager. Remember? Voyager. You can cut all the words with an Y like this into voyager. And this way you never forget any letter that should be pronounced. Voyager. And here, as the first E combined with the O, it makes voix. Voyager, not voyager. No, voyager. Dans l'agence de voyage temporel. It is not travel agency, it is a time travel agency. Et demanda un billet pour le XVIe siècle. And asked a ticket, un billet or un ticket, it is the same. Un billet égale un ticket is a ticket. Okay, so I'm not going to offend your mind by writing that un ticket is a ticket in English. Un billet pour le XVIe siècle. This is only for a ticket that is printed, not something like un billet de banque. Un billet de banque, a banknote, is not un ticket de banque. Okay, this is for un billet de train, un billet de théâtre. Okay, usually for théâtre we say une place. Okay, but here it is for the example. And let's use cinéma instead. Okay, un billet de cinéma, un ticket de cinéma. We also say une place de cinéma. But theater is more une place, I would say. But this is what the meaning is. Pour le XVIe siècle, for the 16th century. Okay, so far, so good. Elle entra dans l'agence de voyage temporel et demanda un billet pour le XVIe siècle. Here it is implied that it is something that she bought. Demanda is to ask, asked actually because it is le passé simple, of course, but here it is implied that she bought it. Plus personne n'entendit jamais parler d'elle, mais un jour, dans un musée viennois, un visiteur crut voir un nouveau personnage dans un tableau de Bruegel. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. Ooh. Second sentence is really long. Ok. Plus personne, not anyone, n'entendit jamais parler d'elle. Entendre parler de quelqu'un, entendre parler de. It is to hear about. Okay, so it is not about hearing someone speak. It is hearing about something. Entendre parler quelqu'un. To hear someone speak. And you could actually say, j'ai entendu parler de la façon non. J'ai entendu parler de cette nouvelle recette de glace. It's extremely hot in Grenoble today, so I would love an ice cream. J'ai entendu parler de cette nouvelle recette de glace. I heard about this new recipe for ice cream. Mais je t'ai entendu parler à la télé hier soir. I heard you speak on TV yesterday evening. And this is different. Here you have the de. N'entendis jamais, plus personne n'entendit jamais parler d'elle. And here I know that you're going to ask, it is a negation, so you have ne and jamais. It is ne pas. It is not ne pas. It is jamais, not anymore. Parler d'elle, talk or heard, talk about her, so it is about her. Entendre parler is to hear about. No one ever heard about her ever again. Mais un jour, and here we have une liaison at last. Mais un jour, dans un musée viennois, in a museum from Vienna, dans un musée viennois à Vienne, dans un musée viennois, un visiteur crut voir un nouveau personnage. Visitor, thought, cru is de passé, passé simple of croire, to believe. So the visitor thought, believed that he saw. Un nouveau personnage is a new character dans un tableau de Bruegel. So we should check this guy out. Bruegel. Okay, so this is, oh, indeed, I understand why they're not smiling. So these are very, I saw one of those at the National Gallery last when I was there in London. Yeah. I saw one of those, I think. Was it at the National? I can't remember if it was National or Tate. I think it was the Tate. So yeah, you can see the kind of the mood of those. And it must be very surprising indeed to be smiling in one of the paintings. Dans un tableau de Bruegel. And here, un tableau, it is a painting. Un tableau, a painting. A painting. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. It was a young woman smiling. Here he could have said, c'était une jeune femme souriante. But qui souriait is better. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. So the character, the new character is the young woman smiling. Okay? There is une liaison here. Okay. So let's reread this one again, okay? And then we will reread the full tale together. Plus personne n'entendit jamais parler d'elle, mais un jour, dans un musée viennois, un visiteur crut voir un nouveau personnage dans un tableau de Bruegel. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. My son is having lunch and he's really enjoying it. Ready? Let's read together. Elle entra dans l'agence de voyage temporel et demanda un billet pour le XVIe siècle. She entered the time travel agency, and bought a ticket for the 16th century. So here, okay, we can assume and accept that the time travel agencies exist. Okay, and this lady wants a ticket for the 16th century. We don't know why so far. And it's surprising because lots of people would want to see other times. Plus personne n'entendit jamais parler d'elle, mais un jour, dans un musée viennois, un visiteur crut voir un nouveau personnage dans un tableau de Bruegel. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. No one ever heard of her again. She disappeared. We don't know what happened to her. She never came back. Mais un jour, dans un musée viennois, but one day in a museum in Vienna, un visiteur crut voir un nouveau personnage dans un tableau de Bruegel. A visitor saw a new character in a painting from Bruegel. C'était une jeune femme qui souriait. It was a young lady smiling, so we can assume it actually is her, and that was her plan, to actually go back, and maybe she was a fan of this painter, and she wanted to be in one of his paintings. So look at his paintings, and maybe next time you will see a young lady smiling. And at least now we know what kind of paintings he was doing, then a young woman smiling must be really surprising. And we're going to look at the faces of the characters each time we look at one of those paintings. This is why I love tales so much. And now back to monsters, because I know you love them. Here there's some accents missing from the tale. Are you ready for the last tale? 1, 2, and 3. C'était un zoo de monstres légendaires. On pouvait y voir un yéti en cage, un moquel membe dans un bassin. I have no clue what that is. Un enclos de chupacabras. This is Mexican bats. Seul le loup-garou n'était visible que les nuits de pleine lune. Le reste du temps, c'était un gardien. Oh, that's cute. What did you understand? We're going to look for that one. C'était un zoo de monstres légendaires. C'était un zoo de monstres légendaires. Here we have une liaison, of course. It was a zoo with legendary or mythical monsters. Let's say mythical monsters. Une légende is a legend, okay? And we say légendaire as an adjective. Légendaire is the adjective that comes from la légende, okay? Qui vient d'une légende. C'était un zoo, and remember, in French it will be zoo, un zoo, not a zoo, un zoo. Sometimes we say un zoo, zoo, un zoo, but I would say un zoo. That's good enough. C'était un zoo de monstres légendaires. Find the liaison here. On pouvait y voir un yéti en cage, un mokele membe dans un bassin, un enclos de chupacabras, which I say in French. On pouvait y voir. Et dans un bassin, here. And that's it. On pouvait y voir. We could see there. There, we could see. Because here, le Y is un zoo de monstres légendaires. It could be, on pouvait voir dans le zoo de monstres légendaires un yéti en cage. It is the same. The Y is the place. On pouvait y voir. Let's look at this one. What's that? So it is a legendary, a mythical monster that is supposed to live or have lived in the Congo River. That's between the Congo and Angola. Okay. It looks like a dinosaur. So it has its own Wikipedia page, which I assume exists in English as well. So it is a gigantic dinosaur. On pouvait y voir un yéti en cage, so un yéti in a cage. En cage, in a cage. You could also say un yéti dans une cage. That works as well. Un mokelbembe, or mokele, I don't know, dans un bassin, un bassin. It is kind of a pond. What does what reference say? Un bassin. A pond, yes. Oh, that's funny. So un bassin is more something artificial and really built. For example, their example of le bassin des Tuileries, indeed. A small pond in a garden, for example, like le Jardin des Tuileries, which is really built. It's not natural at all. This is what it would be, un bassin. But a pond is more un étang. Un bassin, a pond. Un étang, a pond. I'm going to write an artificial lake instead. A small artificial lake. Un bassin, it is a small artificial lake. Dans un bassin, un enclos de chupacabras. Un enclos, it is kind of a cage. But un enclos can be without the top. Because a cage is all sides of the cage is closed, and un enclos is not like a cage because the top can be open. Enclosed plot of land, it says a run or pen for animals. Okay, un enclos, a run of or a pen. I think I know a pen. A pen. So in this zoo, we could see several mythical monsters that we thought didn't exist, but actually do, because they all exist in tales. And we could see that in the zoo. I'm not really sure that the cage is a good place for a yeti and all that for these animals either. And chupacabras is the Mexican mythical bat, and it's supposed to be able to eat an entire cow. Oh, I thought it's more than a bat. Okay. So indeed, in certain myths, it's more of a bat. So for me, it is more of a bat from my culture. So yeah, the thing is, the way that we recognize them is more of what they do rather than seeing them. And they're supposed to eat entire, or at least get the blood, some blood of cows and goats by doing perfect circles on their neck and actually eating the animal. Yeah, and by the way, chupacabras in Spanish means sucking a goat. That's exactly the translation. So yeah, I didn't know it may look like that, but to me it's a bat from what I remembered. Let's move on. I don't see any liaison to the next and the last sentences. Are you ready? Because one of the monsters is missing, and this is where we find out where the monster is. Seul le loup-garou n'était visible que les nuits de pleine lune. Le reste du temps, c'était un gardien. Only le loup-garou. Le loup-garou, it is a werewolf in French. Un loup-garou. And we talked about this one before. I remember I talked about Wallace and Gromit about that. No. Oh. Un loup-garou. Le loup-garou n'était visible, was visible, you can only see him, que les nuits de pleine lune. Que les nuits de pleine lune. La pleine lune is full moon. Full moon. And les nuits de pleine lune, it is the nights where you have a full moon. Le reste du temps, c'était un gardien. Le reste du temps is the rest of the time. It was un gardien, guardian, a keeper. Un gardien. And how do you say gardien? Gardien. Watchman. Caretaker. Janitor. I think there is a zookeeper. Yeah, I think for a zoo it's keeper. Well, you'll let me know. You will tell me in the chat anyway. Is there any other liaison? Seul le loup-garou n'était visible que les nuits de pleine lune. Le reste du temps, c'était un gardien. Okay, that's good. Let's reread the full tale together. Are you ready? I want to hear you read. Breathe in, breathe out, and let's read the tale together. 1, 2, 3. C'était un zoo de monstres légendaires. On pouvait y voir un yéti en cage, un mokele-membe dans un bassin, and here something is missing, un enclos de chupacabras. I say that in French on purpose. Seul le loup-garou n'était visible que les nuits de pleine lune. Le reste du temps, coucou, someone's coming, c'était un gardien. So let's recap. It was a zoo with mythical monsters. On pouvait y voir un yéti en cage, un mokele-membe dans un bassin, un enclos de chupacabras. So here you could see. On pouvait y voir is one could see, we could see. It is the spoken French on. Y voir un yéti en cage, a yeti in a cage. Oh, that's awful. Un mokele-membe in a pond, dans un bassin. Un enclos de chupacabras, a pen with these mythical creatures from Latin America. Seul le loup-garou n'était visible que les nuits de pleine lune. So you expect that the werewolf is going to be there because all the other mythical creatures are there. Victor? Yeah. It's just under the desk. But one of them is missing. Seul le loup-garou n'était visible que les nuits de pleine lune. Only the werewolf could be seen on the full moon nights. So I assume you would need a special ticket for that. Le reste du temps, c'était un gardien. The rest of the time, he was working in the zoo as the zookeeper. Oh, that's really cute. And before we end up, I have a surprise for you that I just received right after finishing recording this lesson.
Un petit bonjour à tous les abonnés de la chaîne de Géraldine. Je suis très heureux de savoir que les nanofictions vous plaisent. Et je suis aussi très content d'apprendre qu'elles fonctionnent dans les deux langues. Donc merci à Géraldine de vous les avoir fait découvrir. Et merci à vous de les avoir suivis. Voilà, à très bientôt.
So that's it for our readings of the nanofictions. It's been a joy being with you all this time. It's our 28th session tonight. And as I said before, you have access for free forever to all the readings of the nanofictions using the playlist that I showed you before. And I'm going to put the link below and on the screen. I wish you a lovely day, a lovely week, a lovely month. And please let me know about how everything's going in your life. And again, I decided to end these reading sessions because I think good things have to end high. And now I have wonderful answers from the survey that I sent yesterday and beautiful projects coming in for you. I look forward to showing you those and hearing about you again later. Bonne soirée à tous. À bientôt.